company of companies like Cox Enterprises and several of tonight's other sponsors who've won the Argon Award, UPS, Coke, Home Depot. It's an honor to be in your company. And the individuals, you saw Rutherford Seidel and Laura Turner Seidel on the video, and Ted Turner and the work of the Turner Foundation, recognized by the Argon Award, and the Candida Fund, and Emory University, and City of Atlanta. I know we've got folks from the city, of the Mayor's Office of Sustainability here. Mayor Reeves has been a great leader on sustainability. And of course, Ray Anderson, who was the initial recipient of the Argon Award. So again, I am humbled to be in the company of those folks. So thank you. But I think everyone, by the way, if you won the Argon Award, how about standing up? If you were the organization you work for. Yeah, this is the time to celebrate tonight. Let's show these people. Thank you. And I think all the Argon Award winners would agree with me on this, is that these types of awards are given to individuals in recognition of the work of many. Yes. And so I would say this Argon Award is presented for 38 years of hard work by the greater Southface community. And I am proud to accept the award on your behalf. So let's give those folks a hand. Thank you. So a week ago tonight, last Thursday night, I'm at an event, and I'm coming home late, right, Callie? And I got the radio on in the car, and classical music's on WAB, but I'm just not in the mood for classical music, so I switched from FM to AM, and I get this Clark Howard talking to a consumer, helping this person's life, and really thousands of people. Helping with their lives. And so I started singing this little happy song. Clark's going to be the host of Visionary Day. It was pretty ugly, I'll admit. But really an honor to have you. And Walter, oh, thank you. The lights, you can't see a darn thing up here. Walter, you get your own happy song, but I'm not going to sing it. Because Walter, you have introduced so many people, or help people connect with nature, and what a great legacy that you've created with all of your work there. So join me in thanking Walter and Clark for their commitment here. Now you've heard the term a couple times, walking the talk. Well, this certainly applies to Walter and to Clark. And so you may not know, but Clark was an early adopter by putting solar electricity on his own home. Goodbye. We all know that. And Walter was an early innovator with biogas in his home. And I don't have time to go into it tonight, but maybe Walter will another time. There's a story about pig manure, a bathroom, and a big bang.
There's also
So I also have to do a small apology, maybe a big apology tonight. There have been 2 tables up here at the front that have just been out of control. And that's the Creech Pendergrass Family and Friends table. And by far the biggest troublemaker on the tables is my 93-year-old mother-in-law, Helen Pendergrass. But despite their boisterous behavior, I am indebted to them because they have supported me for years. And most importantly, they have kept family secrets secret. So at the family and friends table is also a most special coworker, mentor, and friend to me. As you saw in the video, it was almost 40 years ago that Jeff Tiller and I agreed to co-chair this all-volunteer group that eventually became Southface. And after a decade or so, Jeff left Atlanta and went and created really a best-in-class building science education and research program at Appalachian State University that has been a pipeline for interns and staff to Southface. And so, we are so indebted to Jeff. But before we give Jeff a shout out, you also saw two other people. Henry Slack is here. And by the way, Henry has gone on to a career with EPA, not in music. From that early video singing the Sunday song. Brilliant engineer, Henry. And another person from the video was Alan Shedd, who talked about the great news about solar in Georgia. Alan's been both Alan and Henry have been energy efficiency leaders in this state for a long time. They were on the very first board of directors of Southface. So join me in showing some love for Alan, Henry, and Jeff Tiller. You sing a lot better than I do, so I don't know where I'm coming from on that. I also want to recognize my wife and daughter, Callie Pendergrass and Tess Pendergrass. Now, Tess is getting a PhD from Cornell in development sociology with a special focus on environmental justice, and if it sounds like I'm maybe bragging a little bit, good. And Callie is the absolute perfect wife for me. She's got a degree in forestry, so she knows just about every tree out there. She's a keen naturalist, and she is the person you want to go for a hike with because you will just learn so much. And she, is pretty good. She shines on a dance floor, so that's not bad either. But what I appreciate the most is she's a physical therapy, which is a skill set I need more and more of in my life every day now. So both Callie and Tess have been on numerous Southface event cleanup crews, have edited so much copy for me, including that very compelling read, Understanding the Georgia Energy Code. They've juggled their schedules for years to accommodate mine, so I am indebted to my wife and my daughter. You are terrific. Yeah. So now to the 600 or so of you here. Thank you for your support of Southface, and thank you for your support of me personally. And most importantly, thank you for the incredible work that you do every day. We all know sustainability is just not about saving energy and water or choosing the greenest carpet out there, and several people have referred to this. It's really about the people. It's ensuring that everyone, especially tomorrow's child, has healthy air to breathe, pure water to drink, materials that don't make us sick or make the planet sick, and clean energy that will power our economy and raise the quality of life for everyone. So, and that's what y'all are all working to achieve that vision. So join me in thanking you. So thank you for your great work. Now, Judy said something about being humble, but I'm going to close with something very special. I'm going to talk about me. So for 38 years, I've been executive director of Southface, and I've never been our best technical mind, our most talented educator, our most insightful researcher, nor our most diplomatic advocate. But what I've been halfway decent at is attracting those people who are the best in all those categories to come and join our staff, and helping them craft a common vision and an effective strategy to bring about change. And several speakers have talked about our staff, but I've got to give them a shout out. They are truly amazing, and so join me please in thanking the Southface staff. not making this up. I'm going to say about a dozen of you tonight have said, oh, Dennis, you've got big shoes to fill. Well, you're probably looking down because I wear size 13s. But our search committee and our board of directors realize, they're very wise, they realize it's not the size of the shoes that's important. It's the intelligence, the passion, the work ethic, and the character of the person who's wearing those shoes. And in the case of Andrea Pinnabell, you get all these traits and very stylish shoes. So in a few minutes you're going to hear why we are thrilled that in January we will welcome Andrea as the new Southface president. But let's just give her a little love here early. The other thing you probably heard me say more times than you care, I'm not retiring. I like to say I'm transitioning to a new platform. And my millennial cousin said, what the hell does that mean, Dennis? Frankly, I don't have a clue. Sounded good. But what I do know is that advancing sustainability is too important and too much fun to retire from. So I look forward to working with all of you in whatever that new platform might look like for me. What I am positive about is that Callie and I will continue to be Southface members and financial supporters. And I would invite all of you to join us in growing the impact of this organization. And I'm also positive that next year, Callie and I are going to be sitting in that far back table creating a lot of commotion at the Visionary Dinner. And I expect to see all of you next year. Thank you. It's really been a great evening for me personally. So I appreciate you all coming and supporting me and Southface. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Southface Chief Officer Marcy Reeves.
Thank you. Not so fast, Dennis. We have a special surprise for you. I'm not going to take long, but there is a stool back there if you need to take a seat. Dennis once shared a story with me after he came back from a national conference on building science and energy efficiency. And he's on the board of this organization that organized the event. And he was huddled in the corner at a break with the executive director of that group having a conversation. And over the course of a couple of minutes, 4 or 5 people came up to him and were like, oh, excuse me for interrupting. Hey, Dennis, I just want to say hello. And he was like, oh, that's a former Southface intern. And next time, oh, that's a former Southface staff person or a former Southface research fellow. And finally, the guy turned to Dennis and he said, is there a secret Southface ninja army? You guys are everywhere. So, and because Dennis never met a sports analogy he didn't like, although this morning he's been on food, but you know why. Some of you may not realize the great role that Southface plays as a farm team for leaders in sustainability. More than 250 people have participated in Southface's Emerging Leaders Program since it began as our internship program in the late 1990s. Their time with us enables them to gain real-world experience in sustainability, and we're extremely proud of this effort to grow the next generation of environmental leaders. Our program provides a substantive learning experience and allows participants to explore career opportunities and develop professional skills in sustainability, building science, and nonprofit management. Southface Emerging Leaders live and work in 28 states and 13 countries doing impactful things to create a sustainable future. And earlier this evening, Dennis and others have commented on the exceptional enthusiasm and dedication of Southfacers, and our emerging professionals are among the most passionate advocates for our work. So this is why, as a nod to your legacy, Dennis, we are naming the program in your honor. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are announcing the Dennis Creech Emerging Leaders Program at Southface. And from now on, every person who comes to Southface to launch their career or make a mid-course career correction, to borrow a phrase from our friend Ray, they will hear the story of how you started this organization and how you dedicated 38 years at the helm to create the successful organization that we know today. Amber? So, I know we don't make a habit of asking you for money at the Visionary Dinner, but this is an exception. If you were at summer solstice, you heard that a foundation provided us half of the $200,000 we wanted to raise to endow the Emerging Leaders Program. That foundation was the Candida Fund. And over the course of the couple of months since the summer solstice, I've been quietly asking many of you in this room, former employees, board members, and just fans of Dennis in general, for support. And yesterday, someone who called Dennis a world-class guy called me, and he said, "How much more do you have left to raise?" And I said, $85,000. And he said, "I'll give you half, but you need to raise the rest. I'm challenging you." So tonight, I'm challenging you, there are pledge cards on your table, to make your tribute gift in Dennis's honor and help us raise the remaining $42,000 we need for this Dennis Creech Emerging Leaders Program at Southface to be a self-sustaining program through an endowment. Our staff members will collect your pledge forms on your way out. And if you have any other questions, you can always contact me at Southface. So Dennis, congratulations. I've probably made you a little uncomfortable, but that's my job. But you've always said it is about people, and we hope that in this way we're demonstrating that the people who come through Southface and the impact they have is paving the way towards your vision of a sustainable future.
First of all, Callie will, I think, back me up on this. I'm the guy that cries on StoryCorps when I'm riding here in the car. So, first of all, thank you. It has been such a blessing to be able to lead this organization for 38 years and to really have a life that makes a difference. Thank you.